The presidency has disclosed that the President Muhammadu Buhari-led federal government is lobbying the international community against the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Like, seriously? So you guys are not hiding it. So you are still on this matter. This man is with you. You said he has done XYZ. You know, you begin to understand when they always say that some people are crying to international community to help them because of what is happening in the country. So what do we call this? Oh, they said NNAMDI KANU come to Nigeria. NNAMDI KANU come to Nigeria. If you know that now they, by crook method, they've brought the man into the country. Let them judge his case. It is wala. So they are now lobbying international community against them. But you already have him now. I don't know. Put this guy behind bar. If you have all the evidence with you, put him behind bar. What is the meaning of this? So you still want the validation of the international community? I'm not even interested in all this, whether Boko Haram or bandit. They're just trying to use whatever. You have the man, you've arrested him. So to put him behind bar and judge his case, it is now a problem for you that you are now lobbying at this point in time. I can't believe this. So you want to get the validation of the word. Oh my goodness. Buhari spokesman, I know, Gabashew, said the Nigerian government is lobbying its international counterparts to proscribe IPOB, bandits, and Boko Haram. The one that you guys proscribed IPOB, what is the meaning of that? Is that not tenable? Is it not authentic? She will explain that the move is to block the funding of IPOB, Boko Haram, and bandits. My goodness, how many, the leader of a Boko Haram, how many of them have they arrested? And the bandits, their leader, you have not even arrested them. You have not even told us. You said you have arrested audio, you have made some audio arrests, about 400. Now, name them, you cannot name them. But the other day, you gave us a detailed information about those who are sponsoring Igboho and those who is affiliated to. He has a lot of bank accounts. According to what you told us, there was a press statement released to that effect. So, what are these guys up to? Well, he disclosed he disclosed this in a statement he issued in response to an editorial from Daily Trust newspaper titled "Life Has Lost Its Value Under Buhari's Nigeria." He didn't respond to that. He went straight to be talking about NNAMDI KANU. Shehu said the Nigerian military is working around the clock to keep Nigeria safe. We hear you. The statement by Shehu reads partly. First, our military efforts have not let up. It is true that in the face of today's growing number of threats from Boko Haram, kidnappers, and IPOB to your run-of-the-mill bandits, our forces are stretched increasingly thin, but our dedicated soldiers are working around the clock to keep Nigerians safe. Third, even as the West continues to extricate itself from Africa militarily, we are lobbying our Western allies aggressively for partnership, investment, and support in other areas, such as proscribing Boko Haram. Boko Haram, you want to proscribe them? You want to prescribe them, Boko Haram, bandits, and IPOB as terrorist groups, which would severely dent their funding for investments in trade and infrastructure to help lessen economic instability and to help the technical assistance, advanced weaponry, intelligence, and ordnance. So what about the Tucano fighter jet they bought? Is for what? These guys, they are just playing with us. This Buhari's regime, they are just playing with us until they will just carry their kaya and move. They cannot do anything, and they will. And you will know that, and you should be able to know that a lot of water must have passed under the bridge as they are living in 2023. How many months remain remaining for them to leave? They have nothing to offer. 8 years is just a waste, waiting for international community so that they will prescribe them. That will not help them. You don't need to do that. And I think you are a sovereign country. I don't understand. You should be able to deal with them. These people are in Nigeria. The people you are talking about, they are in Nigeria. Guys, honestly, I don't even want, I can't really fathom what these guys are up to. They have been looking for NNAMDI KANU. Now NNAMDI KANU is in Nigeria. So what is it the international community that will help them to pass judgments on NNAMDI KANU? I don't know the rationale behind this whole thing. I just can't fathom it. But what I can just think out of this whole thing is that they are not ready to do anything, and they are not ready to release that guy, and they are not ready to send him to jail because they don't have what it takes to do that. The issue of how he was brought into Nigeria illegally, that is still pending, and that is why they will continue to use delay tactics on him. You can imagine, you want the validation of the world, other countries, before you can do what they are not going to do anything. Nigerians are just wasting money on these people, these so-called leaders. Don't ever in your whatever fixing life mention our government IPOB alongside your Islamic terrorist brothers. Don't mind it. They are just looking for ways to then their image. The whole world is seeing what is happening. So you don't need them. You don't need them to prescribe them before you do what you need to do. I used to say it before now. I was always wondering that Nnamdi Kanu, before he was brought back to Nigeria, he was always going from one country to another. If really that this guy is really a threat to humanity, they wouldn't have allowed him in the first place. He was moving from one immigration from one immigration to another, and nobody stopped him, not until when he came to Kenya. And that is another issue that has to be thrashed, has to be well discussed, and maybe that is why they are not having that boldness to let this guy go to court, to let even judge the case properly. Well, Shehu doesn't include IPOB in your terrorist group. International community cannot include IPOB as terrorist group. This is why this government will continue to fail in their self-deceit. They believe they can also deceive the world. International community and UN proclaim Fulani Esme as the fourth deadliest terror group in the world, including Magban and Funam. Yet terrorist Buhari government is still financing them, but Gabe Shehu wants to replace them with IPOB before the same international community. Everyone knows the so-called bandits are Fulani's Esme. The military are for the past years working round the clock to keep Nigeria safe, but all to no avail. How long will this preparation manifest? Is this government not chasing shadows? Does it want the world to support its nepotistic policies, where one ethnic group controls every government or department, leave the rest of us to be slaves? Let him keep on bribing them until they kill all of us because of Buhari. So guys, what do you make of this whole thing from the presidency?